All right. Good evening, everybody. Today is December the 8th, 2022. We're here again with Chris, and if you want to ask a question, hit *6 on your phone. It'll guide you through the instructions. So, Chris, you got anything new for us today?
Well, there's no need to come on here and ask for banking applications. That's one thing we just discussed. As soon as this process is up and we're able to start doing this, I'm going to do a video explaining how to do every bit of what it takes to get this done, who to contact, and all that. I'll give all that information out as soon as it's ready. And as of last Thursday, I haven't been informed of anything. No news is good news. I did, however, today screenshot some comments from the YouTube channel, and this one here was this morning. Extreme Auto Detailing 7173. Hey, Chris, you are an inspiration to many people, including myself. Just wanted to say thank you. If there's anything I can do to help, big or small, do not hesitate to reach out. Also, I have some amazing results so far. I have gotten my Navigator paid off and rent paid through June of next year. My title back for another vehicle I got a title loan for and was up for repossession. And many more to come. Praise the Lord. Ever since I started on this journey, I felt in my spirit that this was right and good and life-changing. Thank you so much for tearing the veil and exposing the lies of the enemy. I sent him a message back with my email. This is another guy that did this afternoon. Hey, Brother Chris, just updating you on success with 1099. Yesterday I bought a 2022 Ford F-250 Super Duty, lifted 6 inches and 37-inch tires, and also a 2022 Ford Explorer XLT for the wife. And I was able to leave the lot with both vehicles while the dealer waits on the check. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you do. I also sent him a letter too, or my email address. Okay.
Wow.
This is what I get a couple times a week.
Really?
Yeah. And I try to reach out to these folks to talk to them, to find out what's what. Because, see, in the last one, there really wasn't any details. You know? I went to the dealership and I got these 2 vehicles, one for me and one for my wife. We left the lot. But I don't know what you did. Did you sign a contract to purchase these things? Did you do it with the intention that if the 1099A didn't work, you were going to start making payments? See, I don't know. So anybody that does these and wants to make a comment, great, fantastic. But get back with me because we need to talk. want to get a little more detail on what it is you do. And it's especially with, I get a lot of emails that talk about debts that are acquired that are paid off. Buy the remittance coupon and buy the 1099 days. I get messages like that all the time going that way. But the ones about the cars, the brand new cars and motorcycles and motorhome. One guy got a $260,000 motorhome. Right? Hey man, here's my email. Send me an email. Until I can get this stuff, until this stuff is checked into thoroughly, I don't like to be involved with these people, I've had one person send a message, I'm going to the dealership, and then a couple hours later, are you available? I'm talking to this guy, and he seems like he wants to do this, but he just needs more information, and I'll send him a message back. Give me their number. Well, and this is all going down in real time. And I called a couple of dealerships, and hey, man, this is how you do this. And then I don't hear nothing else. I don't even hear from the guy. Please, Chris, call this if you can. In the next hour or two, call this salesman. And then I call him and talk to him, and I talk, and it sounds like these guys are going for this deal. All right, man. Well, we'll call you back. If we have any more questions, then I don't hear from him. I've done that twice now since I started doing this. Or just so happened that someone caught me at the right time with the message coming through. I'm at the dealership. I really need you to call this number. I've done that twice now. And believe me, when I know how to work it. I've worked it twice. It's been quite a few years ago, but I've worked it twice, and I know how to work it. I've talked to these, these dealership guys. I'm convincing enough for them to try it. Well, look, let me explain something to you. The first guy I talked to, probably an hour and a half when I got my first vehicle. But I need to, and I don't mind doing these things if I'm caught at the right time. But I'd like to hear back. If you're successful with these processes, call me back. Call me. Message me. Because I'm all too familiar with that. Hey, man, this is a great deal. I got this, and I did this, and I got that. And then I send you a message, and I don't hear from you. That tells me, well, what's up with this? The guy's either too scared to talk about this, or he's bullshit. And I'm not saying that this process is perfected. That's why I want to talk to people that have had success with this. I mean, we got a good platform to share a lot of this information. If we can gather it all up in one spot, it'll be a lot more powerful. And so that's what's going on with that.
Okay. Are you ready for questions?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Sharon, go ahead.
I can't believe I'm first. Okay, and this is Sharon from Louisiana.
Time's up.
No. Oh, God, I was so depressed and down and out. Anyway, things have changed in a week. And what I was informed with today, and Chris, it's a good thing because you're the one that told me to go do a UCC 1, okay, a lien against my mobile home as a debitor. Well, after 2 days of everything, anyway, I got a call. I went to do a search, a UCC 11 for a search. It didn't come up. And I showed her, said, yes, I filed it. Come to find out, when I filed it in July, she didn't put it in right. So it wasn't coming up. And so I got a call from her today, and she said, well, look, you need to come down here and we need to change it because I've got to put your name in the first name box. I said, oh, no, ma'am. She goes, yes, you did it wrong. I said, I didn't do it wrong. You did it wrong. You fixed it. What I have is what I filed as a legal document. She got mad. I said, well, I'm going to call the Secretary of State, and the record needs to be changed to what I have. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of let you know that is a good thing, and I am doing better. I didn't mean to sound all depressed and everything last week, but you always give me hope and direction, and I say thank you. So, and that's all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope things turn out better.
Yes.
Hey, but guess what? I'm living in a building too. I'm living in a. It's rather nice. It's 12 by 30, 12 by 24. But I mean, it does the job.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, keep plugging at it. Keep your chin up.
Yes.
And get ready. Get ready because when the worm turns, they're going to owe you a buttload of money.
Yes. And yes. And it's not really about money. It is truly, my eyes have been so opened to, I didn't think that they were like that. Oh, my God. Because I even have another document that I was served with that the deputy clerk at the clerk of court signed the judge's name, but she also signed it and notarized it as a true copy. That's forging a signature, for one, and, so she can get trouble on both ends. You can't notarize your own signature and say it's a true copy when it's not.
No.
But I'm going to get that authenticated at the state level. They won't, or her notary or anything. But, I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, they were trying to get you. They were trying to get you to straighten up their mess.
Yes. Yes.
You got to watch them. They're slick, man.
They are. And they've been doing it, it's like you said a few months ago, they've been doing it so long that they think they're doing right and just screwing the public. I mean, and think they can get away with it. But
yeah, they're stealing from the people, man. You're not the only one. I've talked to dozens of people in the same position you're in, where they're coming with their Gestapo to steal your property, man. This is Nazi Germany all over again.
Yeah. But I know I have to go through this in order for some reason. But my eyes, every darkest day, my eyes are opened up more and more. And I owe that to you, Chris. I really do. And Tad and others, I really do. And I don't want to discount what y'all have done to help so many people. But I know it. I'll go on. And I know I have to cut it off and let someone else ask. But I have my timer set to go off the call and just let you know.
Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thanks,
I'm
Sharon.
praying for you.
Glad things are looking up for you.
Yes, they are. They are. Thank you.
You might want to put in the gal that did the filing. You might want to try to find her public office bond and at least put that on the table.
Yes. I'm gonna get the OSHOP offices for the judge and all them. But I'm going to the Secretary of State and getting those two documents, the UCC and that where she notarized, authenticated. So I have one step, more, and then I'm going to Attorney General, and I'm going to demand something.
That's a good place to start as the Secretary of State, because the notary is the Secretary of the State. The notary public is an agent for the Secretary of the State. When they notarize something, it's no different than the Secretary of State doing it themselves. So when they do some fraudulent, flicky boy stuff like they've done with you, that's on the name of the Secretary of State. They don't take that kindly.
Yes, it is.
They don't take that kindly. They might have an investigation.
I hope so. I found out when you said that a notary, and I'm sure it's everywhere, but in Lucy, I was finding out that it's one step below an act of Congress. And an act of Congress is major here. You know what I mean? And it's a legal, it's an authentic act, and it's binding. So, yeah, they're in deep, but I'm slowly building the case. And there's someone that I won't mention that has helped me tremendously, that I got in contact through Tad. Because I don't know if they want me to share their name or not. But I'm
probably not yet.
Okay, well, that person is my best friend. Anyway, all right. But I'll keep you all abreast, and I am slowly, surely building the case. And I thank y'all for it. Helping me,
Yeah. Congratulations on that, and we hope you get what you justly deserve.
Yeah. Yeah. I want my home back, but I don't know if that will happen.
Well, what if you get a better one?
Okay. Yes. Yes. I just have to see where my God leads me. And he led me to y'all. Y'all are stuck with me, serious. And everyone listening and all our family that's gathered are stuck with me. But I'll talk all night, and I don't want to take someone else's time. I just love y'all, and thank you.
Thanks for sharing, Sharon.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. So next area code, 619 area code. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris. I had 3 questions, and they're not that long. First one is your original conditional acceptance process still good? Have you heard of any different things that work? Any tweaks or anything else, or is the original process still good? And the other one was, do you know any history on the conditional acceptance and what makes it so powerful and why is it what it is? And then the third one was just an update on your Supreme Court deal going on.
Chris? Oh, man. I think we lost him. Hold on.
Please try your call again later.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
I said, started going fading on you, and then it cut out altogether.
Okay.
And then I kept down. I dialed you about 4 or 5 times to get through. So,
Oh, man.
hopefully that's the last time that'll happen tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sharon was very grateful for any help that you've given or we've given, and she's in good hands right now. They're making some serious progress. So I've got another gentleman here on the line who had 3 questions, and so if you could restate your questions.
Okay. Hey, Chris. So, first one was, is the original process for your conditional acceptance still good? Do you have any new things to add to it, or is that still the best process?
No, it's good. That is good.
Okay.
I was talking in emails today with folks about the conditional acceptance, man. That's a contract. I mean, even the habeas corpus that I've been did videos just recently about, is also a conditional acceptance. It's a common law contract.
Do you know
I wouldn't change anything. Pardon me?
Do you know any history on the conditional acceptance? What makes it so powerful?
It's offer. It starts with offer and acceptance, is where it starts with. And the conditional acceptance, it's just called that. Actually, it's a common law. It's a common law contract. It's by conditional acceptance, and it's common law because of the postal rule. But as far as the history of it, people have been making offers, conditional acceptance offers for hundreds of years. A lot of surrenders in antiquity were conditionally accepted. You know what I'm saying? There'd be a war with the Egyptians and the Philistines, and when they would call a truce, the winner would generally say, we'll accept your truce, and then a lot of times they'd say there's conditions. The conditions are that you leave us in our land, and we'll tribute so much money in gold and silver. When they basically leave them alone at that, you belong to us. You belong to us now, and now you owe us money. They've done that for thousands of years. It's just this conditional acceptance, people are just now finding out about it. It's not something people in business have known for this. They're negotiations. You have a business negotiation contract. Those are conditional acceptances. We'll buy your product as long as you can produce X amount of widgets in a month. That's a conditional acceptance. You don't meet the conditions, then we're not under a contract to buy widgets from you.
Okay. Do you have any update on the Supreme Court case going on?
No, it's still in deliberation. I went on there. They've made last month. They heard 3 or 4 cases in one day, and they ruled on one case about a kid who was underage and charged with a murder. And in Tennessee, if they try you as an adult, you're 16 years old, they try you as an adult, you're getting a 56-year sentence. That's what a life sentence is 56 years. So you're not going to even be eligible for parole till you've done 20 years, 25 years. And they ruled that his conviction, he would be after 20 years, 25 years or something like that, he'd be eligible for parole. Instead of having the life sentence. In Tennessee, if you get a life sentence, it's 56 years. That's what you'll flatten, okay? If you get out any earlier than that, a lot of times you're out after serving 30 years on a murder conviction. But you're on parole for the rest of your life. This kid here, it's going to the United States Supreme Court, but the Tennessee Supreme Court modified it to let people that were under 18. It was the Article 8 of the Bill of Rights is what it related to, and that it was excessive based on their age. So they're going to start letting people that were minors and charged with an adult murder, they're going to start letting them out at 20, 25 years. And then they'll be on a parole till they've done 56 years. And then after that, they're done. It's like your time is built. Where if you're over, say you're 19 years old and you get a murder conviction, you're going to do 53 years to flatten, then you're going to spend the rest of your life on parole. That's a life sentence. And Tennessee has probably the longest life sentence in the state. And then the other one was an argument about Knoxville and Netflix. Yeah, my friends, they did this thing with my friends in April, and they're in prison over bullshit charges. And these pricks are ruling on whether or not Netflix did Knox County square. The other one was a bar. The other one was a bar issue. It wasn't even argued in Supreme Court. And now they're not doing nothing. They're not listening to any cases at all this month. That means this year they've had December, August, July, April, March, and February. They might have heard one case in February. But like 5 months out of 12. Well, they didn't even listen to cases. Yeah, it's pissing me off quite a bit. And I don't know if I mentioned this in any of the videos, but between the time that I was tried and my trust was tried in April of 2018 and July of 2018 when I was sentenced, June the 17th of 2018, an American flag and a Tennessee flag flew over the Capitol building. That night, those flags were taken down, put in a box, made up with 2 certificates, and mailed to my house. Between the time of them falsely freaking trying me and their bogus conviction, they felt that I was honorable enough to receive Capitol flags. There's 8 or 9 million people in Tennessee. Only 365 people get Capitol flags every year. I happen to be one. I told my wife I was thinking about burning them. Burning both of the United States war flag and the Tennessee flag. I thought about burning them. I seriously did. You know, the reason for giving me these Capitol flags is that I wrote the most claims for veterans in Tennessee in 2007 to 2016. I wrote more claims than any other service officer in the state of Tennessee. And because of that, I'm an honorable guy. You deserve 2 flags. You deserve 2 Capitol flags. So those flags flew for me in honor of me in between a bifurcated trial. They sentenced me to 20 years. So that's what's going on, you know, and I'm not, I can't even say when they could. They've made decisions on cases that were argued after our case was and before our case was. And 4 of the 5 cases that day that they heard have been ruled on, except ours. So it's hard to say. I know one thing, when it does come through, I'll do a video on it. Y'all will know. Because I'll do a video on the decision. Too many people are interested in how that's happened. 20,000 to be exact. Over 20,000 people have watched that Supreme Court ruling, according to YouTube. So, did you have any more questions? I kind of got off on a tangent there.
No, I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. 586 area code, you're next.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Ted. This is Glenn in Michigan, and Ted, thanks for answering my email earlier this week.
Sure.
I've been was turned on to you guys back in May. I've been studying feverishly ever since, and I'm all in. Been all in, and I've done a few CAs, and so my questions are pretty simple, straightforward. I've done the coupon method and the 1099A for utilities, house payments, etc. And I've had 2 results. One is they say they don't accept that, and the other result is they keep stalling or say they haven't received the 1099A. Regarding the conditional acceptances, I had an attorney here in Michigan who I was doing property management, and he filed a bogus EIN on a LLC I was representing, and he used my home address, and he filed fraudulent documents. So I did a CA with the Attorney General of Michigan, Merrick Garland, the Michigan Bar President, as well as the occupant and IRS CID, and that's been 6 weeks, and I've received no response. And my question is simple: is not just on that, but on the other CAs that I'm doing. How do I get them to get off center and move, or push them into the position I want? I remember listening to the videos that doing a lien is is a risky business, and that you have to be quite seasoned. So how? Yeah. I mean, this guy, this one attorney in general, he committed fraud on the IRS. He committed fraud against me. and everybody else, and crickets. So is there? Okay. My question is simple: how do I get these people to start moving forward?
Okay. Before we go on to that one, I'll answer your first one.
Okay.
When you send these remittance coupons, are you sending them certified mail return receipt?
Yes.
Okay. How can they not say they don't have it when you got a signature saying that they do?
Correct. I agree with you.
You've got it. You've got it. I got freaking proof right here that you've got it.
Right, and I've stated that, but they don't have them uploaded in their system, sir.
Yeah. Well, you've got proof that they got them. They can't deny it. If they say that they won't accept it and they don't return it, then they have accepted it. Oh, we don't accept those. Write them back a letter and say, what do you mean? You just did. You accepted
okay.
these. You're saying that you can't, but you did. Okay. Now, as far as trying to get a reaction from your conditional acceptance, they're going to, most of the time, they're going to look at those and go, oh, this is bullshit. But here's what you do. When you do that conditional acceptance, because you don't do the UCC 1s and the 3s, they don't get notified through the Uniform Commercial Code. They're not getting notification like they did with us. As soon as they went to check their credit, or somebody checked it for them, oh man, you've got a $4 million, $12 million lien on you, $6 million lien on you. Then they know, okay? But because you're not doing that, they might not necessarily think, oh, well, this is bullshit. And then they don't hear nothing. They don't see nothing. Right? So they put it back in the corner. That's bullshit. I don't even have to pay any attention. It's all bullshit. But then what you do is you do the conditional acceptance, okay? You send it all out to them. They throw it off in the corner. They do whatever they're going to do with it. But what you do is you monetize it. You monetize the back of it, and then you assign it to the Treasury, and then you do a contract with the Treasury, and you send it to the Treasury. But before you do all that, you make copies of what it was that you did. There's a copy of that conditional acceptance. Here's a copy of the assignment agreement. Here's a copy of the contract with Janet Yellen at the Treasury. Because, see, in the conditional acceptance, you're saying, this is what I can do. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to use the UCC1 and the UCC3. You can use that in there. And then if they say, well, I ain't heard nothing in the UCC, I guess this is bullshit. And then the next thing you know, they know, you got copies of everything that you did with the Treasury. And you send it to them certified. Now, all of a sudden, they know. They're going to say, oh, shit, this guy did this thing I thought was bullshit. Where's that at? It's over and they're frantically digging for this thing. Where's that at? Maybe I better read it a little more. And then, because they get noticed that this shit was sent to the Treasury. You can even hold all those copies back, and then when you get the green card back from the Treasury, photocopy it and send that all. See, lawyer dude, see, judge, clerk, whoever, see, I did what I told you I'm going to do. And then when they see that that's going to the Treasury, and the Treasury's going to collect, you might have not scared them any with the conditional acceptance enough for them to react. But believe me, when they see that you've sent a contract to Janet Yellen for her to collect this debt, they're going to go frantically digging for that conditional acceptance. Oh, I better find that and I better let my lawyer check this out. You know?
Okay.
And then the lawyer will.
So when you say monetize the back of it, Can you be more specific, sir?
Mm-hmm.
When you say monetize the back of it,
when you watch the video about the contract with the Treasury, you're going to see that. I'm trying to flip to it so I can be.
No, I'll pull it up and follow it for sure. I've reviewed them all.
I'm talking about the monetization of it all. Let me see if I can find it in my booklet here. When you're watching the videos, mm-hmm. and you see the one where I'm talking about the contract with the Treasury, maybe that's in the back. Hang on just a second here. When you look at the back of the UCC ones that we filed, and I'm holding them up in the video, you're going to see what one looks like. And on the back of it, a tab probably even has a copy of the document that I sent. It's crap.
That's okay. I'll pull up the videos. I'll scour them first thing in the morning for sure.
When you look at it, you're going to see that that's my stuff to do. Now I don't see it. But anyway, on the back it'll have. Actually, I could pull it up off my phone right here. I got it in my documents on my phone. It's going to say, I should have done this in the first place. The document that'll have, it'll be claim of lien. It'll be called claim of lien. When you look at that document, that'll show you what a claim of lien looks like. And we sent these with the UCC1, so it'll be a little different. But if you look at the back of it, it's going to say instrument number. And then below that, it's going to say pay to the order of Christopher Allen Hauser. I'm a beneficiary of the Social Security Cestui Que Trust. All caps, Christopher A. Hauser. And then the trust number or the Social Security number. And then the amount. In this case, it's $12 million without recourse, and then it'll be dated, and then it'll be autographed with my beneficiary signature on the signature line. If you do that to the back of any document, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the point where we are monetizing the birth certificate. You're going to take a copy of your birth certificate. Don't anybody do this just yet. When the time comes that we're going to do this, that's what you're going to print on the back of your certified copy of your birth certificate. Right? And that's how you monetize. That's how you'll monetize it. That's how you monetize anything. With a check, with a regular check, like you get a check from your grandma for a birthday present. Mm-hmm. She's gonna sign it. It's the signature that makes that check worth the money, not what she's got in her bank. Because see, I can write you a check, and you can go down and cash it at the store. And because you know guy or whatever, and he gives you the $50, right? Well, that check could go to the bank, and there could be $0 in the account, but you got the $50, right?
Until it
I'm
bounces,
the one
yes.
that's got to take care of the. Yeah. Well, it'll bounce on me is what it'll do. Because
Correct.
The check, you'll get the money for the check, even though I don't have any in the account. And it'll come back on me that I've got to settle this. It's the autograph or the signature on the document that creates the money.
Correct.
So when you do that to, like, say, the birth certificate, and then you assign that birth certificate, that monetized birth certificate, or that monetized $100 million bond, or that monetized back of the conditional acceptance, it goes to the Treasury, and the Treasury goes, "Oh, we just got this assigned by Christopher Hauser. This is $204 million in lien securities." And it's signed on the back. What they're going to do is they're going to look at that and say, "This is money. This is a check that came to the bank." Do these people have enough money in their trust to start drawing off of? Because you might have 10 people or 6 people on your conditional acceptance. Well, yeah, they've got millions of dollars in their trust. Okay, Janet Yellen, these list of people here need to have $6 million taken out of each one of their trusts. We get 35%. Go get it.
Gotcha.
That's how that's going to work. If you do it with the birth certificate, if you did that with the birth certificate and monetized the back of the birth certificate, you assigned it to the Treasury, and you said, "Hey, Janet Yellen, I don't know how much is in my on my birth certificate, but as we understand it, there could be $300 billion or $100 million in it. It doesn't matter. If you monetize the back of it and say put the value at $30 million and send it to the Treasury, they're going to go, "Oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. They just created $30 million from the birth certificate bond. Even if the money isn't in there, they'll put it in there. Let's put $30 million on this birth certificate, and then we can take our 35% or 30% or however you contract it." That's how it's going to work. But if you take copies of all this stuff that you've done, you show Judge Joe Brown that, "Hey, I wasn't fooling with you. I wasn't playing with you, Hoss. I did what I said I'm going to do. See?" Then they're going to get woke. They're going to wake up real quick. "Oh, shit, man. I should have paid better attention to this." Like those freaking clowns, like this United States representative from Tennessee, Ken Burchett. He got the contract in the mail, the conditional acceptance in the mail, and didn't even bother to read it. "Oh, I don't know what this is about. It looks like some legal stuff. Send it over to the county attorney." This guy didn't even read it. And they sent it over to the county attorney, and the county attorney looked at it and said, "I don't know what's up with this. It looks legitimate. They may have something here." And what does he do? He turns it over to the TBI. You know, so this clown that's a United States representative now doesn't even have any idea what the paperwork, what the document was about. So he comes and perjures himself as a witness against me. Straight up, tells freaking perjures himself. That's how these people look at this document. "Oh, well, that doesn't mean nothing. That's not what that means." And then you get some dumbass lawyer in there. "Oh, this is all fraudulent, paper terrorist, sovereign citizenship." He doesn't know either. They're learning, though.
Okay, one last quick question, sir. I training went out on my car this August, and I got a car, and the personal credit wasn't good, but my company was, and I got a car on my company LLC, and I tried to 1099 it as well as coupon, and they rejected it as well. If I put it under my company name, am I stuck with that, and I have to pay it since that's commerce, or do I have to?
Yeah.
Can I follow that?
Well, you can't. You can't use it. You personally, you can't use a 1099A. How many times I say this? The beneficiary doesn't do anything with the 1099A. Those are all handled by the trustee. Okay. Now, if you use the 1099A for your own personal Social Security account, you can't buy a company car. You can buy your own car with it, but you can't buy a company car. What you would do is you would use your EIN from your LLC.
Use my EIN?
What you would do you've got an EIN with your LLC, right?
Correct.
That's how you would do it. You would buy
so
the
just
car
use a 1099 with the EIN?
With a 1099A on the EIN for your business.
Oh, okay. I could do that. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And you, the beneficiary, you're actually acting as a trustee of your LLC. You're not the beneficiary. You're not acting as the beneficiary of your LLC. You're acting as the trustee to use the 1099A through the court or through your LLC to purchase the company car.
Gotcha. No, that makes perfect sense. I'll redo that tomorrow morning. Hey, thank you for answering my questions. Thanks for your time, and most grateful.
So if you guys have any questions, hit *6 on your phone, and we'll go to 657 area code. You're next. Hit *6 on your phone if you have any questions. Go ahead, 657.
Top of the day, Chris, Tad. How are you guys doing? This is Thomas.
Hey, what's up?
Real quick, did you have a chance to review the questions?
Oh, shit, man. No, I sure haven't, man.
You're fired.
I sure haven't.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. I did look over some of your documents in that last email you sent us. You've done quite a bit of research, my friend.
Oh yeah, it's
that last email you sent me.
Yeah, with all the books.
Did you bring her yet? You've done a lot.
Well, that's collectively 22 years or 26 years of research with the man who has got the 166B shown on the SIGTARP thing that we can use as collateral. And one of those pictures in there showed the stress test book by Tim Geithner. And in that book, he talks about page 124 that 132.9B left to return to the taxpayer. So it's sitting there. So anyway, if you can,
the Timothy F. Geithner. Yeah.
Geithner. Yeah. Yeah, but it's funny that everybody involved with the Federal Reserve and the SEC and this Sam Bankman-Fried, they're all that wonderful persuasion from the Middle East, if you notice. But another statement I want to make. Have you heard of the case called Rooker versus Fidelity Trust Company from 1923?
No, I haven't. What's that about?
Okay, it's the Rooker-Feldman Doctrine. It's the doctrine of civil procedure enunciated by the United States Supreme Court in two cases, Rooker versus Fidelity Trust, 263 U.S. Reports 413, and the District of Columbia Court of Appeals versus Feldman 460, 1983. The doctrine holds that the lower United States federal courts, i.e. federal courts other than the Supreme Court, should not sit in direct review of state court decisions unless Congress has specifically authorized such relief. In short, federal courts below the Supreme Court must not become a court of appeals for state court decisions. The state court appellate has to find a state court remedy or obtain relief from the U.S. Supreme Court. An example of legislation that has been interpreted to be the exception to this doctrine is 28 U.S.C. 2254, which authorizes federal courts to grant a writ of habeas corpus even after the state court has denied it. Another explicit legislative exemption to this doctrine was the Palm Sunday Compromise, a statute passed by Congress to permit federal courts to review the decisions of the Florida courts in the Terry Schiavone case. The gentleman that put this video out, this is on I Am Some Dude with Boris down there on Florida and the whole study group there. His name is Bill Henshaw. I'll send you the links to it. It's a very interesting case. And then there's another gentleman on Costa Mesa.
I think I've heard of that group. That's a group in Florida, right?
Yeah, I Am Some Dude.
I think I've heard of that group.
I've been a member with them since
that's
2000.
interesting.
Yeah, that's Boris. I am Boris. But anyway, there's another gentleman. He just filed a case on November 2nd in the Supreme Court emergency writ. His name is Adam Berkey out of Costa Mesa. And he did a propria persona, and he wrote a brief here. It's absolutely incredible. He documents everything that he's been through. And based upon this Rooker-Filter doctrine, all the courts have been absolutely colluding to deny all rights, all privileges granted by the Constitution of California and the Constitution of the United States of America. So, it's not like that we sit and watch soap operas and eat bonbons, but we do heavy duty research, and that's why.
Yeah, you guys are you guys are a heavy research group. Yeah, I was looking at quite a few of the binders of those in those pictures there. You guys are on it, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Absolutely.
This ain't a game for the weak, man. Most of the people that are like you, I knew a lot of those guys in prison. If you guys were in prison, man, you'd be on fire. You'd be dangerous. You'd be dangerous to them. That's how you get out fast.
Roger Elvick was, he was a very important inspiration to me. What he did when he was in jail. I mean, he ended up owning the commissary and all the catering, everything, all the food service at the prison by doing conditional acceptance, accepted for value and everything. But anyway, so I don't want to take any more time. So if you can next week, I sent you my phone number. My friend's working on a boat, getting it ready for Coast Guard certification. He's going to be tied up until Saturday. But we would sincerely like to have a discussion with you on Zoom or another venue here. And I believe.
Yeah, let's try and set something like that up, man.
Well, I'm here to make that happen. So now, from what I've listened to 3 1/16 of the habeas stuff, and so you made the statement in there that you feel that this is going to take about a year to get this banking thing done. Is that correct? Or
no, it shouldn't take a year. I don't know where you got that from. I said might be sometime around the first of the year. No, it's not going to take a year. I'm not going to waste our time. It's going to happen quick. Once this is up, it might be 6 months, 9 months for we're wide open. You know what I mean? But as far as starting the process, the foundation, I would like no more than 6 months, 7 months. Once we get started, do I think that we're not going to be running full steam at that point?
So,
but
I was just going over Section 2000 of the cash track transmittal transactions under the Treasury Financial Manual System, which is a very interesting tracking system for the ACH and other Federal Reserve Bank activities. That you have to have via the 3270 key. So they must have passwords, identification numbers, and you must comply with all the contracts based upon the Cash Tracks User's Guide. So this is a very interesting bit of this Bureau of Fiscal Services Treasury Financial Manual. So
it is. It's a read.
Yeah. So you've got my email. You've got my number. Oh, the other thing I was going to ask is did he finish the conversion of the PDF?
I just got to upload it tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll send you one. I'll send you one by email.
Okay. You got my email, right, Chris? Yes. Okay.
I sure do.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much. I wish you all a wonderful evening. And you all travel safe. And thank you so much, Tad, for all you do. And I wish you all a blessed event in the light of this night. Thank you. I'll go ahead and mute.
You too, brother.
All right. Thank you. Providence, Rhode Island, you're next.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Stephanie. Hi. My name is Stephanie from Providence, Rhode Island. And I have quite a few questions. So I'm going to try to just say them, and then hopefully it's not too fast where I'd have to repeat myself. But the first question is, when will the replay be available?
Probably a couple of weeks. I got to get caught up on other videos first. And we have to go through all the videos that I have ready but not posted to edit them for.
I understand.
For the platform censorship.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know you're doing the best you can, and I'm not pressuring anything. You just do what you do, and I'm so grateful for all of you, what you do and how you're helping everyone. The other question is the IRS kind of slowing down on processing the 1099-As?
Yeah, they have. I don't even know if they're gone that much farther into finishing them. I don't know. I got the feeling that a lot of them may be being held right now until we can address these 1099.
Okay. And then you also mentioned. Okay.
Don't quote me on that because some people are having these 1099As working for them. I don't know, man, if it's just a hit or miss thing or what, or if they're picking and choosing. I get the feeling though that they're leaving this work for us to do.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I'll do it. Whatever it is I have to do. If it takes time, what have you. But it needs to be processed ASAP. So the other thing is with the 1099A, I opened up a business in August 10th of this year, and it is a car rental business. And you had mentioned to the gentleman just a while ago about how he can write a 1099-A to get a car for the business?
Chris, you there?
Uh-oh. So don't get frustrated. We're trying our best. I'll hang in there with you. I'll hang in there.
The voicemail box has not been set.
Hold on.
Okay. No problem.
See it flicker a little bit, and I said, "Uh-oh."
No problem.
So
I'm patient.
So, Chris, what was the last thing you heard?
Let's see. The last question was about the 1099As and their why I thought. What was the question after that?
I was just wanting to find out about. I just started a business August the 10th, which is really not going forward because I'm in the middle of an eviction. But anyway, and it is a car rental business for now. How can I use a 1099-A to buy at least one car for the business, or can I?
You can't buy it for the business. You can't have a trustee buy it for the business unless your business is like I said in the earlier question. If you have a business that's incorporated or an LLC or and you got the EIN, you can use. It would make sense to me that you could use the EIN, because when you start a corporation and you create that EIN, the government starts putting money in it too. I don't see why they wouldn't. If they're going to do it for a birth certificate, I don't know why they wouldn't do it for a business too. So you could. I mean, feasibly, it makes sense to me that you could, use the trust because your corporation, your EIN, that's a trust number.
It's like they said. It's
I
like
wouldn't doubt it.
You'd
be able to do it because you're a trustee in your corporation. You'd be able to do the 1099-A based on the EIN.
Would you recommend that I just order just one car to start out with, or two for the business, because I will be using it as a car rental business, and I do have my EIN.
Well, I mean, it's a business. I don't see why you couldn't get a friggin' half a dozen.
Oh wow! Don't get me started.
If you couldn't, I'm sure they would tell you. Look, your business doesn't have enough. Your business doesn't have. We haven't put enough money into your trust to cover that. I don't know. I don't know how quickly they do that. But see, they would look at that when you start a business up. I want to start a rental car business up. Okay, well, they're going to look at the rental car businesses in your area. What do these rental car businesses make? This one, this Hertz down the road makes freaking, $1.5 million a year. Well, over the next 25 years, how much money is that going to make? And they adjust that compared to how the other companies in your area work. It's the same thing with the Social Security account. They look at the Social Security account and they say, well, this kid here, this white baby here, is growing up in an upper middle class neighborhood with two parents that have multiple master's degrees, or one parent's got both parents got doctorate degrees.
Uh-huh.
You know, what's this baby going to make in its lifetime? It's a gamble. They're gambling on all this. They're not gambling on the kid killing its parents later on in life. They're gambling on the kid going to college like most kids do from super wealthy, educated parents. And what kind of money are they going to make in their lifetime? They're doing the same thing with y'all's businesses. I don't see why it wouldn't. If it didn't work, they're going to tell you.
All right.
They're
So I'll go
to
the next one.
Quick. Oh, well, you can't.
Yeah, thank you so much. And can I borrow from my credit union a personal loan for not borrow, but the process of starting the 1099A or whatever it is I have to do to borrow from my own credit union in 5 years, and I paid everything off with them, so I don't owe them anything.
So you got a credit union you go to, and you're wondering if you can use the 1099A to get money through them.
Yeah,
that's
a personal loan. Well, I was trying to say,
look, man,
Go ahead.
You go in there and you'd say, look, I've had business with y'all, and I'm good right now. But this is what I want to do. I want to offer you guys a $50,000 1099A. You go ahead and do the process for me, and you keep $7,500.
That's not bad at all.
And then tell them what it is. Tell them what it is you need them to do. I need you.
Well, they gave me the runaround. I was on the phone for about an hour, and they all gave me a runaround. Well, we'll send you to the loan officer, and then we'll send you here, and we'll send you there. So I said, well, I'll get back to you. I will get back to you, and I probably should have done a condition acceptance. I don't know, but I went.
What you do is you go. What best thing to do is go in there in person, know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And say, look, this is what I want you to do. This is what I need you to do as my trustee.
Yeah, that's what I told him over the phone too. But I would do it again. You said if it doesn't work.
A lot of times when y'all do this stuff over the phone, they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay the attention to you that they would if you were looking them in the eyes.
Yeah.
And you go in there, and you go in there with confidence, and you tell them,
"Oh, absolutely."
Mm-hmm. You're going to find a more favorable decision when you're face to face. They can't pass you around like that.
Yeah, but all of them say, "Oh, we can't do that," because they're saying the 1099A is such and such a thing. We can't do that one. I said, well, what about the 1099C? Well, we can't do that one either. Which forms will they be filling out? I just want to write it down real quick.
Well, if you're going in there with a 1099A, the 1099C would be if you owed them money.
Yeah, right.
You already had a loan out and you owed them $20,000. Could you do I need you to do a 1099C to cancel this debt. But what you'd be doing is you'd be filling out the 1099A. They would be filling out the 1099 OID, the 1096, the 1040B.
Okay.
And 8888 so that they can get the direct deposit. They can get it sent to their direct deposit. Call me when the money gets in.
I'll be back in touch. It's just been so much turmoil. My mom passed away in May, and landlord selling the house.
No. I'm talking about. That's what I would tell them.
I see.
Hey, finance.
Gotcha.
Finance guy. Call me when the money comes in. Nothing I get it.
Yeah. Well, I told them that it's because they are a trustee that it's against the law if they do not. malfeasance of duty. Did I say the right thing?
That's malfeasance of office.
Of office. Okay. Well, they kind of got what I meant. Okay, so real quick, I'm 69 years old, and how can I find out about the amount of money that's in my trust?
Have you used your Social Security account since you turned 65?
No, because I've been on disability, so.
That's what I'm saying. When you turned 65, did you use your Social Security number on anything?
Oh, okay. So, but what about the trust that they took out with from my my Social Security number and my birth certificate?
Uh-oh.
Are you still there? Uh-oh.
Chris, you're fading out. Chris.
Oh, boy. I feel bad because I know there's other people that are...
There he is. Chris?
All right, well...
Look, I'm going to say...
Now, Chris, you faded out. You're breaking up.
All right, well,
Chris?
Is that any better?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're going to say this one more time.
If you
okay,
use
real
your
quick.
Trust one time. Okay, if you use your trust, your Social Security number one time after you turn 65, you're recontracting with them to be the trustee until you're dead. If you use your trust one time after 65, you cannot go in and ask for an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust.
Oh, I see. But I never did anything like that.
You can keep them. You can keep them working as your trustee. Take advantage of that.
Yes, absolutely. All right, real quick. I have a court date rescheduled for December 16th. Yeah. Well, let me see which one's the most important. Yeah, I guess this one is. I have a court date for December 16th. It's a reschedule, and lawyer sent me a message about because the judge already made his decision because I was late for court, but I got a reschedule from the clerk, and then they sent me a letter about they don't want to accept that I'm asking for it to be rescheduled and all that. So I just called the office and said, well, I just want to let you know I saw your letter, and I'm not going to acquiesce to that. And so I haven't heard from him since. And real quick.
What letter did you send them that they're not acquiescing to?
I talked to one of the lawyers. I don't know if she is a lawyer in the office or if she's one of the paralegals. So it's tape. I have it on tape too. So anyway, real quick.
Listen to me.
What?
No, listen to me.
I'm listening.
You said that they're not acquiescing. They're not acquiescing to a letter, right?
That I am not acquiescing to their letter.
Oh, you're not acquiescing.
No, to their letter of I still have to vacate, and then they still want to keep the court date just to get the back rent.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
I'm sorry about that.
They don't what? I thought you were saying that you called them and they're not acquiescing.
No. I told them I received their letter a couple of days ago about I still have to vacate. The date was December 1st that I had to vacate. So they said I had plenty of time. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So
you don't have plenty of time.
Yeah. So real quick. So when I go in there, can I use a conditional acceptance?
Yeah, you should have done that a long time ago. So their 10 days would have been up by the time you went in there on the 26th.
Yeah, they only gave me 5 days
on this. But I'm saying when you do a conditional acceptance, you got to do it, and then you got to send it to them, and then you got to give them 10 days to respond. That you don't have enough time to do that before the 16th.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
This is
real quick.
something you should have been doing last month.
Yeah, but then I didn't realize that I'm in the middle of this eviction, being kicked out on the street, all that.
Yeah,
So I'm definitely stressed. But so I also, one more thing, I was trying to find out if the landlord's lawyer is renewed his license. I have his number on the paper, his so-called number that he's licensed.
Yeah, call and find out if he's still an acting lawyer. But thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll go to area code 407. You're next. Go ahead.
Hi, I just have my husband has a question about. He said his name was Boris. The guy, I'm assuming he's in Florida because he was saying the Bill Henshaw Study Group. Can you give us the case number? Do you know anything about that, Chris? That group?
No, that was one of the callers that was. I've just heard about them, through the grapevine. At the beginning of the year, somebody was telling me about this group down there that were researchers.
And they're in Florida, right?
Yeah, they're down in Florida. Some good stuff. Good stuff coming out of them, from what I can recall.
I know that's what my husband's wanting to get because the Rooker versus Fidelity Trust and stuff. Because I know you're familiar with some other things of ours, but he's researching all this stuff because we're going to do the CA when we get through with the property tax guy. That's next. That's what he's doing right now. But I was wanting to know the case number again, if Boris is still listening, or if he could give it back, or if we can get in touch with the Bill Henshaw. My husband can talk to them and maybe pick their brains a little bit. That's all I was wanting to know.
Yeah.
So if he gets back on.
Tad may be able to get you guys in contact with each other. I can't remember.
With who?
Or you can wait till this recording is loaded and go back and listen.
That's what I was thinking, if we can.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that would probably be better as soon as Pat can get this one up. It'll be the date. This is the date.
Today's date.
Loads it. Yeah, the 8th or whatever it is. Yeah, the 8th.
All right, so does that answer your question for now?
Yeah, that does. And just one little quick thing, and I won't say on there like others, but I know I talk too much, too. I did go back to Social Security, and he tried to play dumb, and I told him he was in malfeasance, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I can get an attorney. I said, I don't hire attorneys. I hate attorneys. I mean, you're not putting me off. You think you're just going to get rid of me. You need to push it up further, and trust me, I'll be back every day if you don't do something. So he called me and left a message today. So I'm not dropping it, but.
Yeah, as to the peons in the office don't know, like the actual supervisor. Let me speak with your supervisor.
He's hiding from me.
And then if that doesn't work, ask for the the what?
Sorry, it cut out. What'd you say? Ask for the what?
Ask for the supervisor. Don't try and talk to these peons because they don't know.
She won't come out. I already got her once, and she won't come out because she said she didn't know what I was talking about. And
then you get her supervisor. Tell her, look, if you don't bring your supervisor out here to talk to me, then I want her supervisor's name and number. The public officials, they're supposed to give you that information when you request it. Look, I'm either talking to your supervisor today, or I'm talking to her supervisor tomorrow. Now, what do you want to do? She going to find some time for me now? Go tell her if she doesn't come out here in the next 20 minutes that I'm going to be talking to her supervisor by close of business tomorrow. She'll know who I am by close of business tomorrow.
I think they already know who I am, but anyway.
Yeah,
because
that's how you do that.
All right.
But I don't play around. I don't play around. When I was the other day I was trying to get the VA, the people in records, to do some stuff because they're slacking. And by the time I got done talking to that gal, she mysteriously found the document from the outside doctor requesting this medical. At first, we don't have that here. I said, they've wrote you twice. And by the time I got done talking with this lady, you don't need to talk to the commissioner of the VA hospital here. We got you right here. I found it right here. I'll have this in the mail today because I don't play with these folks. You don't know who you're talking to. I'm telling you right now, I'm not your typical veteran. I know exactly what's going on here. This is a trust action. You asked me for my last four, my birthday, my name. You asked me for all. Every bit of this is a trust action now. You ain't going to like what I got coming. I found this right here. I'll get it in the mail to your doctor today. Talk to people nicely. Talk to public officials nicely. And the minute they start getting stupid on you, remind them of who you are and who they are. I'm your freaking boss. Get your supervisor out here now. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want to play, go to their supervisor.
All right, so does that answer your question?
Yes. Thank you, Ted.
All right,
thanks,
thank
Chris.
you. Oops.
Yeah, thank you.
503 area code, go ahead.
Hey, Ted and Chris. This is Bob out here in Oregon. I'm Mindy's friend. Remember Mindy from Eugene?
Yeah. I do. I sure do.
She's got a habeas in federal court. I assisted her with it. I'm getting ready to do a couple more habeases. And I'm really curious about your tactic of making a habeas a conditional acceptance, exactly what the angle on that is. Because you wanted adjudicated. What's that?
You're going to send it to them, but you're going to send it to them, sir. You're going to send it, when you file the Hague, you're going to send it by certified mail, return receipt. That makes it a conditional acceptance. It makes it a common law contract.
But you don't put the language that you would put in a conventional or another conditional acceptance into the body of the habeas, do you?
It doesn't have to be. What you're doing is when you create the conditional acceptance, when you modify the habeas corpus to include that it's a common law contract by the postal rule, you're saying in the habeas corpus, like if you watch the videos, that I'm a sovereign, and you have to address me. You have to address who's actually being charged. This has to say the problem that I had with the tax court is when I actually filed for the hearing, I was putting down Christopher -Allen, Hauser, comma, beneficiary and sovereign, versus commissioner of the IRS, and I actually put his name, acting as a trustee. Well, they wanted to try and modify that to the all caps. They put my name, all caps Christopher, hyphen, all caps Allen, and then a colon, and then all caps Hauser. They're still addressing the trust. And in the habeas corpus and by their own rules, codes, and regulations, they have to address the sovereign. That's right here. Tennessee did that. And so what you're saying is there's different sections of the habeas corpus that have to be addressed. The enactment clause, the subject matter jurisdiction. What you're saying is, here's this. This is what the case law and the codes and statutes all say about this. you have to answer this. If you don't answer this, then they're not meeting the condition. Even though the habeas corpus isn't set up like a conditional acceptance, it still is, because they have to address all issues in the Hague. If they don't address them, then they're not meeting the condition. The condition is address and argue that I'm wrong. Do you see what I'm saying, Bob?
I do. The statutes become the conditions. Do you monetize it in the habeas petition? I mean, do you put a dollar amount in there? Okay.
Well, all you're doing with the habeas corpus is release the body, and the body that's being released is the actual trust. The trust is the one that is the body that the habeas is asking to be released. But you're being held, the physical body is being held as collateral. They can easily release the body and hold
which is the whole idea. Which is the whole idea of a habeas anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting they would use all caps or dominant major on a common law writ when there is no jurisdiction between, sovereign natural law and civil law or Roman law. That's a major contradiction.
Well, that's where they try and trap you at, Bob. They try and trap you into thinking that it's you. Every time I get somebody green on here, they're like, so what should I do to start out with? The first thing you need to do is stop referring to it as your driver's license, your birth certificate, your Social Security card, because it's not you. You have to learn to distinguish yourself from the trust and stop talking like it is you. That's where the court stove you up at. It's Christopher
just so you know,
Hauser.
I did a habeas for myself years ago, but I'm writing this on behalf of another party, and we've done a pretty good job of not granting jurisdiction, maintaining, special appearance, sui juris, impropria persona, and all that. But they don't recognize that. There's only one judge in the process who recognized it was a Latin term. They're pretty stupid out here in Oregon. So I'll be filing this, just so you know, I'll be filing this directly.
They're not too stupid. There's 13 counties. They're not too stupid. There's 13 counties out west that want to join Idaho.
Well, I happen to live in one of those.
They want to be a part of. They want to be a part of a red state. We're just going to go. We're just going to join.
But Idaho has very significant justice problems as well. It's not all paradise over.
They all do. They all do, man. I don't care what state you're from. The corrupt, bogus, legal, so-called legal system. There's nothing legal about it.
No, it's a criminal justice system, and the criminals are on the courts. Go ahead.
If you want me to, Bob, I'll send Mindy one of those. I'll send Mindy a copy of the habeas corpus, and she can send it to you. That way you get a little quicker.
I appreciate that. I contact Mindy almost every single day. We're still working together on her other action and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think this is.
She's a firecracker, man.
Oh, she is. I appreciate the work both of you guys do, and this concept of making it a CA, I think, is very, very significant. And I'm looking forward to working with your what you're offering on the private bank stuff and all that. I have several other friends who've written CAs. We've all been listening to you, and I'm glad to see you're back on the chat line.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right,
you do great work, dude.
Thank you.
You do great work. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Okay, 346 area code. You're next.
Hey, how you all doing? Can you all hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. First off, Chris Hauser and everyone else, hey, appreciate you all. Glad to be on here. Question I had today was with trust fund and the private bank. So if I wanted to open up one, and this question is more so for Mr. Hauser. So if I wanted to open up a trust fund and they ask for like a trust agreement, would I send that to you, Chris, or how would that go if I wanted to set that up for that private bank ordeal?
Well, what's going to happen is you can set up a trust fund or a trust bank account, beneficiary bank account, or when it comes down to you being a bank, a private bank, you'll be educated. Those classes will start to be offered as soon as I'm up and running as far as being a bank. Now, as far as getting a loan, that'd be straight up working with one of the banks, one of the private banks. But as of right now, there's no process, or the only thing I would suggest is securing yourself a beneficiary account, because you may get up when this is all up and running, and you start the private bank. You're going to have an account that the Treasury is going to deal with you. You'll do loans for other folks. That money will go into your Treasury account, and then you'll transfer it. You'll want to transfer your, like say you get 5%, you're going to want to transfer your 5% over into your beneficiary account, and then you're going to send the rest of the money on to the next the person who's getting your getting the loan for.
Right.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, sir, that does. And the other thing I wanted to ask about too, so just like say with the grant, I know I was watching something where you mentioned about that, like say the $1.5 million grant. Would that have to go to like that beneficiary account or a trust only? It cannot go to like a personal account at all, correct?
I don't know. Have you been on the? You're talking about a grant. I've never mentioned a grant. Okay.
Okay. I might be mispronouncing. I might be. I might not be saying it right.
Yeah, because this is when I hear the word grant, I think of this guy who's out here scamming people trying to get these grant loans for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how my brain clicks when I hear this.
Right.
But what you would be getting would be a loan. You're not private banking. You're not private banking. You're wanting me to secure a loan. You would be the borrower. The Treasury will be the lender. They're going to lend you money from your own trust. And then in a year from the time, a day short, 11/29, we're going to file for a 1099-C to cancel that debt.
I see.
I think that's kind of what.
So, Chris?
Yeah.
Will your billing statements come with one of those coupons?
The bill, that would be that'd be one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? That would be
still there, Chris?
Your first, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I could do that. Matter of fact, I could do that the day your loan comes in and I transfer the money. I could send you a coupon, and then you can send me a remittance letter, and then I could you could do that right away, and then I could have my alarm go off 2 days before your payment's due, and go ahead and submit it. Well, I got to do a cancellation. I got to cancel this debt. I got the remittance coupon. That would work just as well.
Okay.
That'd be one way to keep the paper trail on it, Tad.
Yeah, well, that might be better than using a 1099-C and creating a taxable issue.
Well, I would do it anyway. Because you got to cancel the 1099-C is what cancels the debt. If you sent me a remittance coupon and I sent that in, the remittance coupon in, they would say, okay. And what they would do is they would just put the money back. And they're going to do that anyway.
Right.
That's what the 1099-C will do. When I file that, they'll say, oh, well, this debt's been canceled. Okay, that's good. And then they're going to put it back because they like to keep money in your trust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't have this out there. Put some more money in there. That's all they're doing anyway with this.
Gotcha.
They just put money in. Hey, let's put some more money in there.
Yeah.
All right, so does that answer your question?
Yes, sir, that does. I definitely appreciate the clarification on that. That's
you bet.
I was confused as to what it was. I was like, was it a grant or a loan? So I definitely appreciate you clarifying that for me. And
no, it won't be a grant.
Okay.
It'll be a loan.
Okay. And I'm definitely gonna look into that beneficiary deal too. Appreciate you on that.
Yeah, get you the beneficiary account. That's where it's at, man.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Chris, that'll do it. Everybody, I'll be uploading more videos here to the platform. I don't want to say their name, but anyway, I'll be uploading these calls to the platform, and I got to get caught up, and to do that, we have to kind of edit out all the unmentionables. So we'll be getting that done here real soon. And it also helps me if you would also join the website youhavetheright.com. It helps me bring these calls to you. So, Chris, thank you very much. And
yeah, brother.
Yeah. And everybody else, thank you for joining, and we'll see you again next week.
All right, folks.
Okay, good night.
Until then, be blessed.